Every week as we talk about our attitudes, there's the opportunity for us to recognize it could get better, right? All of us could say that. I could have a better attitude today. This week is a fun one because it's about the recognition that we have the power to choose our attitude. One of my favorite quotes of all time is from Chuck Swindoll, who says, "The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than money, than education, than experiences, than circumstances, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, or a home." The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. Truth is, you and I can choose our attitude. Swindoll says that he believes that attitude is about 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. This week, as we look at a better attitude, it comes from three very, very powerful things. One is we have to make a choice to choose a better example, a better obedience, and a better awareness. Paul is so emphatic throughout this whole little book of Philippians about each of us recognizing there are examples to follow. He sets himself up as an example. And in this section, chapter 2, verse 12, when he says, "Therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed," right, he goes on to talk about following an example, but the therefore reflects back to Jesus as the ultimate example that we looked at last week. Then you move ahead to chapter 3, verse 17, and he says, "Join with others in following my example and take notice of those who follow the pattern we gave you." He just keeps drilling in that we need good models, we need good examples. And so if you're going to have a better attitude, you got to have a better example. So who are your examples? The next piece of that is the better obedience, which I love that. He kind of finishes that first little phrase in verse 12 and 13 to say, not only that you've obeyed, but also in my absence you've obeyed. You see, it's easy to obey when you got someone kind of right there that you want to impress, or someone kind of, in your presence that, you're intimidated by. I want to obey because they're right there. But what do you do when they're gone? I think all of us know the temptation when no one's around that our obedience falters. A better obedience is one that we can follow through on when no one's around. It's a better obedience. And the better awareness just continues to develop our own sense of insight about who we are and who we want to become, having an identity that's built on God versus any other thing. As you process the questions this week, think about the better examples. Because when you work to build a better example in your life, and you have a better obedience, and you're gaining a better awareness, you become the better example for someone else. I hope that you're stimulated this week in the discussion, and that you all walk away saying, man, we can be better, can't we? I want to be. I know you do too. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Have a great study.